Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I could not be any more grateful. This Tuesday and Friday night, if you're local to the Huntington, West Virginia area, I encourage you to come on down and hang out with us at our crosstalk meetings. We have crosstalk every Tuesday and Friday night, 5747 East Pea Ridge Road in Huntington. It's always a great time, but we're not talking about a church service. We're not talking about a revival meeting, nothing like that. That's not what we do. But we are talking about a group of like-minded drunks and drug addicts sitting around talking shop, having a hell of a good time, and talking about our common problem and, of course, our common solution. So this Tuesday and Friday night, 7 o'clock, I encourage you to come on down and hang out with us at our crosstalk meeting. I want to talk this morning real quick, going back to something I shared last week, where I went through a really difficult period last week. There were some things that were outside of my control. I was turning mountains into molehills, which is very common for us drunks and drug addicts. But things worked out. But I remember thinking, what, I don't have any control over this. So what is it I can do? The only thing I can do is to do exactly what I should be doing, when I should be doing it, the exact way I should be doing it, to do the next right thing. And whenever I didn't know what the next right thing was, well, I better be damn well sure that I was doing the next thing right. And so again, thank God it worked out. And I shared this last week too. I could only do what I could do, and then I had to turn the rest over to something I couldn't see and something I couldn't touch. But by golly, I sure could feel it. I sure could feel that there's miracles happening. And I used this analogy last night. It's like God allowed me to focus just what was right here in front of me, front and center, right here in front of me, while He was behind the scenes making miracles happen. When I was praying for Him to move mountains, He handed me a shovel and said, "Here, you better start digging too," right? But he took care of the things that I couldn't see. And I believe He allowed me to focus on these things right in front of me so I wouldn't get distracted by what was going on and get overwhelmed by what was going on behind the scenes. And I think back to over the years of my alcoholism, especially in 2013 when I first came into the rooms. I've shared this a million times. I came in the rooms, I was in and out of the rooms from 2013 up until 2021. I was in and out. But I do remember how easy it was for me to get distracted. And when I mean distracted, let me start off by saying this. My priority, last week, as it is this morning, as it's been for the last 3 years, my priority every single day when I wake up is to make it to the end of my day drawing a sober breath. Period. I don't give a shit what happens. I just don't care. As long as I make it to the end of my day, lay my head down on a pillow, and go to sleep rather than passing out. That's all. That's my only goal in life today. It truly is. So if that's my goal, it's easy for us to get distracted. It's easy for us to take our eyes off the prize. And I think that's why sometimes God allows us to get so captivated and focused. He knows I'm ADHD, so He allows me to get focused on what's right here in front of me and start to kind of go, oh shoot, while He's behind the scenes, because He knows I'm going to get overwhelmed. He knows I'm going to get distracted. I can't tell you the number of times over the years that I was coming in and out of the rooms, I'd be like, well, I'm helping other people. Although I knew nothing about chapter 7, but I'm helping other people. And I just thought that was good enough. The problem was I wasn't taking care of me. I wasn't taking care of myself first. So while I may be able to help somebody in their immediate near-term future, at the end of the day, I was killing myself because I was thinking I was doing these good deeds. I was thinking I was helping other people, but I wasn't taking care of myself. I call it the airplane syndrome. If you've ever been on a flight, the flight attendant, before takeoff, they'll say, in the event of an emergency, the mask will come down. Make sure you put on your mask first before you go off and try to help somebody else with their mask. And the reason why they tell you that is because if you can't fucking breathe, what good are you possibly going to be to anybody else, right? So if I can't stay sober, if I don't know how to work an effective program, how in the blue hell am I possibly going to be able to help anyone else for any significant period of time? And that's where we get distracted. That's how we get distracted. Because in our minds, we truly are caring individuals. We truly do want to help people. I firmly believe that. But in our minds, we think that we're helping somebody else when we're not. But not long term anyway. Sure, I concede. In the here and now immediate future, maybe so. But long term, no. Because what we're doing is we're shooting ourselves in the foot. we're not taking care of ourselves. Whatever we put in front of our recovery, whatever we put in front of our sobriety, we will lose. You can call every single one of my kids up right now. You can call my wife, my family members, my dogs. You can talk to them. They'll all tell you. My sobriety is the number one single most important thing in my life. Before my relationships, before my kids, before anything and everything. Because I know if I don't have my sobriety, I become that piece of shit person that I've been trying to get away from for so many years. I go right back to being that same person that I don't ever want to be again. So, granted, don't get me wrong. There have been times my kids have said, hey, Dad, can we go do this? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I have to go do this over here. Well, Dad, you're already sober. You're right, I am. And I want to stay sober. See, the very first line of chapter 7 in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous says that practical experience shows that nothing insomuch ensures immunity from drinking or drugging as intensive work with another alcoholic. So when my kids say, hey, Dad, I need to do this, I might be having a rough day and they don't know. And I say, well, hey, I'm sorry, I need to go do this over here, some sort of recovery-related exercise, not necessarily to help somebody else, but to help keep me sober. Because after all, what good am I going to be to anybody else if I don't start taking care of this guy? So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to have discussed, feel free to email it to me, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what we can do. You can also reach out to us in the Recovery Classroom private group Facebook group page. There's a whole slew of us in the back end there. We're more than happy to and willing to answer any questions you might have. Share and invite your friends to the Recovery Classroom private Facebook group page, and encourage them to start asking their questions as well. Questions are very important tools, especially when it comes to recovery, as you know, is anything that we do when it involves learning, which I'm still learning on how to stay sober. So again, I want to thank you guys. We'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.